This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
You're the best around.
Kind of, a little bit, sort of. I hate that term, but it's kind of true.
At 100 yards, you're like minute of wallpaper.
All 240 pounds of muscle and autism.
Pay for shipping and a 12-pack of Summer Shandy, and it's yours. That's about all I want for it. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to Colorado Springs, Colorado, where I can't read the story because a fucking Papa ad showed up, even though I had the ad blocker ready to go. The pop-up fucked me
Police
hard.
say it. Police
I got
say
it
a
now.
man-
I'm back. We're in Colorado Springs. Police say a man is now facing charges after a reported home invasion in Colorado Springs. Turned out to be a case of accidental self-inflicted gunfire. And you know what? Good on you, KRDO.com, for making that sentence way better than the average local news story. According to the Colorado Springs Police Department, the CSPD, at around 5:14 a.m., approximately 5:14 a.m. on Thursday, May 29th, the department received a call reporting a shooting at 1300 Grass Valley Drive, north of South Academy Boulevard. CSPD said initial reports first indicated the shooting was self-inflicted, but later the caller claimed a suspect had entered the home and shot a resident. When officers arrived, they found an 18-year-old Anthony Grissett with a gunshot wound and quickly applied a tourniquet while waiting for additional medical assistance. During the investigation, police learned that Grissett had accidentally shot himself and fabricated the story about an intruder breaking into his home. The department said Grissett sustained a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. He was treated at a local hospital, served, and issued a court date before being released.
You made a bad situation so much worse.
Mm-hmm. But 18-year-old dumbass.
Well,
You
and
know.
in some states, having an accidental discharge is basically like, hey, I've committed a felony or like at least a very bad misdemeanor.
If you're in town, for sure.
Right.
Like I know in my state, the crime would be reckless discharge of a firearm within a municipality. So within city limits.
Just make sure you shoot the jukebox.
Yeah. Because there was a guy who, you know, if he'd been in his house out in the country, no big deal. If he had been in a house in town, no big deal. But he had the old gun cleaning accidental discharge in an apartment building. And that bullet went into another person's apartment. So, yeah.
And that's where this gets complicated because there's a part of me that's like, yeah, dumbass shot himself in his house. That's probably enough punishment for him. But there's a part of me that's like, you also need to like reassure people like, hey, don't fucking shoot yourself. Like it is not a good thing. And then as someone who lives in an apartment, luckily I live on the 6th floor, shooting into other people's apartments is not okay.
Is that the
Like,
top floor of your building?
Yes.
Okay, so if something goes up,
I'm in danger, but it has to, you know, hopefully the one person below me doesn't fucking off themselves and shoot me in the gooch while I'm sitting at my computer. But other than that, I should be fine.
well, yeah, so careful if you're living in an apartment building for sure. And don't blame people for you shooting yourself. Just own up to it. I mean, hell, my dad shot himself in 2019 in the hand. And he would occasionally like torch off primers. Like if he screwed up loading a rifle case, he would holler up, Linda, I'm going to set off a primer into the sump hole. And, you know, because there's like water there. So, you know, it's not flammable. And so he would torch it off so he could reuse the case for something. But when the day he shot himself, my mom said, it sounded different. Yeah. Yeah, a 9mm cartridge going off definitely sounds different than a rifle primer going off. And it wouldn't have been the first time he didn't tell her before he did it, but it was like, uh-oh, that's not bad. And as soon as she was thinking that sounded different was about the time she heard, Linda!
So I just Googled it just to see, which states accidental discharge of this felony. My glorious state is on the list.
Really?
So in Nebraska, intentionally discharging the firearm. Now, if you have an accidental discharge or a negligent discharge, I think you might be able to argue the intentionality of it.
Well,
But
like in South Dakota, it's neither. It's reckless discharge.
right.
It's also
So-
the same law that allows you to set up a tripwire shotgun in my state.
So Nebraska law specifically addresses the unlawful and intentional discharge of a firearm, making it a felony when done at certain targets or within certain places. So in Nebraska, dwellings, building, vehicle, aircraft, or motorhome is a Class D felony. In Arizona, discharging a firearm within a municipality with criminal negligence is a Class 6 felony. And California's Penal Code classifies negligent discharge as either a misdemeanor or felony, depending on the circumstances and the individual's criminal history. So, not that anyone should have an accidental discharge, but maybe check your local state because you don't fucking know, because it would be So your dad in the state of Nebraska was kind of technically committing a felony because he was intentionally discharging a firearm.
It was not intentional discharge. It was accidental. He did not intend to fire it.
No, I'm talking about when he sets off the primers into the sump pump.
Oh, well,
That's
but who's going to know?
Well, the primer going off. I don't know. Again, law is stupid. So
Is it a discharge of a firearm if there's no gunpowder or projectile?
I mean, Bruce Lee's kid would like to have a conversation about that.
Well, there was a projectile involved. That's different. There wasn't supposed to be a projectile, but
oh yeah, there was something jammed in the barrel. That's right.
it was like
blanks
built up
can
lead
kill
or something.
Yeah, or the plug came loose or something. Blanks can kill people. I do need to say that blanks can kill people. It does expend high energy gas out the front of the barrel. It just is only like 6 inches. So
there was a bullet fragment stuck in the barrel. That's what killed him. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure, so I just quick Googled, and Google AI probably lied to me. Okay, well, so Cornhusker's coming up. Well, tomorrow for me, Sunday for you. Are you doing any honing of the blade? Are you sharpening? Did you do any of that before the match this week?
I'm trying, like.
Of course, we're recording on Sunday, so I'm sort of speaking in the future.
Right. So if you're listening
Jeff
to Patreon, right? Well, if you're listening to the Patreon, you know that we record the 2 episodes back to back. So like you're well aware of how our system works.
Yes.
I
gotta open my Buffalo Trace right now. There it goes.
Hell yeah, brother. There was a part of me that wanted to, find this level of focus that I haven't found in several years. And dry fire for 3 straight weeks.
No, you should do what you did before Great Plains with just you got a practice session here and there. Just don't be a dumbass on match day.
Right.
And get really drunk the night before.
Well, Brucey and Brent are going to be here, so let's fucking go, boys.
Well, and we'll be done shooting, so all I got to do is RO hungover. So
right, and I will take you guys to Voodoo, which is the shithole rich bar in Omaha. It's great. Like I've seen a dude curb stomp there. It is.
Oh my God.
Okay, when I say curb stomped, what I actually mean is he was on all fours and he took a heel to the face.
Ow.
and then they stood him up and patted him down because he was known to bring guns into bars. And I'm like, all right, time to leave this bar for tonight. But I'm not as honed in as I wanted to be. I was hoping that I was going to, have the Rocky montage of me training, dry firing 10 minutes a day and live firing twice a week and blah, 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 blah.
You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna get you down. You're the best around.
Correct.
I wish we could play copyrighted music.
Right. But that did not happen. And so I'm now in crunch time, which is actually the time that I would actually do most of my work. So I live fired today. I think my hand is healed up enough. Joel said that he was would be open to live firing either Monday or Tuesday, and so I'm like, okay, let's get some.
Wait, is he shooting the
practice in.
match?
No,
Oh.
no, he's got to go train tactards or something.
Oh, okay.
And so he doesn't want to catch this heat, yo.
Like honestly, if he can go sell a class and go make a couple grand, like good for him. Like I'm not going to blame him for going to make money while we're spending money going to a match. Like I get it.
The haterade in my soul is jealous of him.
Yeah, no, I want to hate on him, but I'm like, he's gonna go make a few $1,000 and I'm spending money to go there. So
right, the practical side of me is like, oh, what? Yeah, no, I understand. Go capitalism.
Yeah,
but I have not put in the work that I told myself I was going to after Great Plains. That I was like, oh man, I was 2% behind Lane. I was 7% behind Ben Eggleston. Like, let's go. Like,
wait, let me ask you something. What did you do before Great Plains?
Fuck all.
Okay.
Continue to fuck all.
No, all I was gonna say is just don't do nothing.
Right. Well,
like I think you're on the right path. I think you're correct.
And there was a part of me that like. There were stages I shot at Great Plains where the best way I can describe it is like the gun didn't feel right in my hand. And it was just like, that comes from dry fire. It's like when gun up, gun there, boom, boom. That comes from dry fire. And if I could dry fire consistently, I would be fucking good. But there's a part of me that just struggles to put in the effort, like we talked about in the last episode, of putting in put in 1% to get 0.1% gain out of it.
I think if you do a little to just stay sharp, I think you'll get more than what you're saying. You'll get more than 0.1% out of it.
I know you're right, because I did dry fire last week a few times, and by the start of the session, I was not hitting my reloads. By the end of the session, I was basically throwing the mag at the gun, and the reload was there. And it's like, oh, what I need to do is do this every day so that throw mag at gun, it just goes in there. And like you said, it's like I'm honing what for most people would be a good reload into a great reload. I just need to put in the effort to go from good to great. And I'm just, again, I'm struggling to find my consistency, and I'm struggling to find the schedule. My life has just not it's not given me the like, oh, hey, when you do this, do this. When you do this, do this. That I'll be honest, I haven't even reloaded. I've got 2 buckets of 9mm brass clean. I haven't even started reloading it. I've got 3 more unclean buckets from the retired John Anderson. Rip, we miss you.
Mm-hmm.
That are like that Joel's holding for me that I'm going to get and clean, but I haven't even fucking started reloading the first fucking 2. Like, I think I calculated it was like, I have somewhere between like 20 and 30,000 rounds of 9mm brass in those 5-gallon buckets.
That's more than I got, and I got a lot.
Right. And there's
roughly 7. I think John actually was the one who told me roughly 7,000 in a 5-gallon bucket.
Right. Okay. So if that's the case, and I have between 14 and 15,000 with another 21,000 sitting in Joel's car. So
so you're good on brass.
Right. Be prepared for the apocalypse. I'm just extra prepared, but I'm just not putting in the effort that I wish I could put in to get to the level that I know I could get to if I put in the work. And it's pissing me off. Like one of the side problems, I'm getting fat again. And
what?
Yeah, I weighed in over 300 pounds today.
Oh, dude. I put on 5 pounds, so I just didn't eat breakfast or lunch yesterday, and I went back down to 262.
Yep. And
you were down to what, 280?
I was about 286, 287 was like where I was kind of chilling, but literally I weighed in at 302 today. So I'm 15
You've been
pounds
enjoying
heavier.
yourself.
I have, and like I don't have a good reason why the number has gone up so dramatically, which annoys me. But like, I'm upset with myself, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that the fuck out. But like, yeah, I got fat again, but I'm also strong. So 15 pounds to someone who weighs 140 pounds is a lot of fucking weight.
You put on a little bit of muscle, that's going to be like 10 pounds pretty quick.
Right. And the water weight that comes with it and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. It's like, so me, a 300-pound person putting on 15 pounds is, I put on 2 to 3% of my body fat or like 5% of my body weight. Not a crazy number. It'd be like if you put on 5 pounds, and you're like, okay, this is a few pounds, but I'm annoyed with myself because I was on a downward trend and now I'm not on the downward trend, but I'm hoping that I can get my shit back together. One of the things I figured out at training today, so we actually train different than we normally do. Normally, like, you do 4 runs and then you change the order. But Steven had set up a more complicated stage than we normally do by adding 1 wall. It's great. And we ran every iteration of it twice. And so I ran the first run conservative. I aimed every shot. I got my alphas. Like, overall, it was good. Like, there were some bad ones in there, whatever. And then I would run it more like an asshole. And I'd shave a second to a second and a half off, but my consistency went out the window. I mean,
like
I
the
went
hits
from,
weren't there.
Right, exactly. That's what. Yeah. So like, let's say I would shoot it in 11:30, and I would have mostly alphas and a couple Charlies. Then I would turn on asshole mode, and I'd get it around 10 seconds, and I would have a mic and 2 makeups on steel, so one way when we do it, you're supposed to kind of just go bang at steel, move on. But what happens is you go bang on steel, miss, throw another one at it, then you go to the next one, and you're like, okay, so that's a mic on steel. And so it's like, for that 1 second difference, I was missing out on 20 to 30% of the points, if not more,
now,
on some of the bad runs.
I have the answer to how to actually cut that second without shitting the bed on points.
Okay.
I know how you do it.
And you'll tell me after the break.
Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It's only $3.57 a month. It is. And those
less than
of you
$1
guys,
an episode.
Less than $1 an episode for the full Patreon episode. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. You can also go to NotAnotherShootingShow.com, buy a t-shirt that says
"It's fucking Tuesday"
on the front, and then ask Stephen Tomlinson to sign it for you at Cornhusker Classic.
Oh, yeah. He'll love when people who don't know him ask him for things. Yes, please do that.
Yeah. No, I'm going to bring a paint marker to sign my black one. I want him to sign my t-shirt that says
"It's fucking Tuesday."
Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow.